There are a couple of goals that I'm working on right now, both for the Metal Horror Motorcycles channel and brand, as well as personal goals, achievements that I hope to accomplish within the next couple weeks. Actually, the time frame that I've set for myself is to have everything done by the end of June, which is the time when my kids will be off school, and obviously my time will be taken up quite a bit with doing stuff with them and not having so much time to ride by myself. Primarily, my goal is to do an Iron Butt Saddlesore 1000, and honestly, it seems almost unattainable in a way, but I have confidence that I can systematically train myself to getting back to that point where I can ride for that many hours in one day. To do 1,000 miles within 24 hours will require me to ride for, I'm conservatively estimating, about 18 hours. And so my plan is to set out around midnight. And given the state of affairs right now with the borders being locked, I had a few different ideas on how I wanted to schedule the route. I was originally thinking to go from my home to Quebec City and back, which was exactly the amount of miles that I needed to accomplish that, about 1,625 roundabout. And obviously the border with Quebec is closed, so I won't be able to do that right now. So I have a route in mind, actually, which is going to basically form a huge triangle throughout the province of Ontario. And in addition to being a personal challenge for the stamina of riding for that many hours and for that many miles, it will actually be a time challenge as well, because there is a few sections which are major highways, and I can confidently say that I'll be able to eat up enough miles within the time frame. And then there are going to be some really long sections of country highways, which I am not really sure about how the speed would be able to be maintained. So it will definitely be a challenge, and it's something that I want to build myself up to be able to go for 18 hours in one day might seem a little bit ridiculous at this point, but I am scheduling myself to incrementally increase my stamina and ability to ride for a long distance. I have done it in the past, but I am very rusty. It has been a long time since I've ridden any great distance on a motorcycle. So my plan was to start yesterday with a 5-hour ride, which I did, and I'm thinking to increase to a 9-hour ride and then 13 hours or thereabouts, and go from there. So another great idea that I had, and I mean great in like air quotes, sarcastic air quotes, was to explore some of the better driving regions of Southern Ontario and some of the very nice little towns. It's something that I've always loved doing, picking a spot on a map and just going there just to see what it looks like. And I'm never disappointed, honestly. Even a tiny little hamlet of a town that has very little going on usually has some charm to it. And there's something kind of primal, like a cowboy, riding across farm fields and into and out of some little town in the course of a blink of an eye, pretty much. I love it. I love the experience, and I have missed it in the past year. Didn't do nearly as much as I wish I had, but anyways, that's behind us now. So moving forward, the video today is a ride that I decided to take based on the Highway 8. Southern Ontario has a Highway 8 that spans from, I want to say, Queenston Heights in Niagara region, very close to Niagara Falls, and it spans pretty much the breadth of the Southern Ontario peninsula, right across to Lake Huron. And this is something that honestly I didn't even know exactly the parameters of, but I had always had in my mind, as a photo tour to how would you say, to tour this road, to explore this road from one end to the other, and in the meantime see what you can see and take photos along the way. So this seemed like a pretty good kickoff for the for the conditioning that I need to do. So I looked at the map and I found that the Highway 8 actually terminates in a little town called Goderich, which I had heard of as being famous for having some Harry Potter festival. Yeah, they converted the whole town into a Harry Potter theme one Halloween a few years back. Didn't make it there, never. So therefore, I have never seen this town. But I do know that the shores of Lake Huron are always beautiful. The beaches are so beautiful, some of the best in the region, and quite possibly some of the more beautiful ones in the world. I would be willing to bet. Now, the beach that I saw at Goderich was pretty fantastic. The water was this stunning light blue. You'll see in the video anyways, but this was my tour of the countryside that I took. I kicked it off with the absolute worst start ever. I read something yesterday morning, actually, before leaving, that there's an old superstition that once you embark upon a journey, that if you forget something, you should not turn back and get the thing that you forgot. Otherwise, you are sort of cursing the journey. And, well, I swear I read that, and it kind of came true. I left, forgot my phone, got, I want to say a few kilometers down the road, maybe 10 minutes into the ride, realized I'd forgotten the phone. I turned around, came back, grabbed the phone. I put the keys in the front door to unlock the door and left them there. So I thought, I won't put them down and forget them somewhere else. But sure enough, my wife and son came out on the porch to see me off, and I completely forgot the keys. Got even further than I did the first time, got to the gas station to put gas and realized that I didn't have the keys. Fortunately, I didn't switch off the bike, so at least I was able to start it up, and I had enough gas to get back home and then back again. But, there was definitely a point early on in the journey where I thought, man, is this going to happen today, or am I going to have to turn around and go back? But I did, and everything was fine after that, honestly. So superstitions are great, interesting things to think about, but probably don't bear dwelling too much on. Yeah. So this ride was kind of special for me because, number one, I've never seen the extent of this road, and I'm very happy to have done so. It was a beautiful day. The weather was great. It was hot. I decided to go with a vest and not a jacket. I decided to go with an open-faced helmet, and I still don't have the windshield on my bike. So it was definitely an interesting experience. The wind felt great in my face until it was full of sand from the road being kicked up by big trucks. So that wasn't so great, and definitely got my face sandpapered a few times. Got hit with a lot of bugs. That's something I really don't miss. From having a windshield on the bike, I almost forgot what it was like getting hit in the face with what feel like rocks, but are actually just bugs.